HOA sent a drone over my bunker. It was intercepted and returned with a violation notice. Have you ever built something so private, so personal, only to have someone invade it with a buzzing, uninvited guest? That's exactly what happened to Marcus, a quiet engineer living in the upscale Willow Creek neighborhood. His underground bunker, a sanctuary he'd spent years perfecting, became the target of an overzealous HOA president named Karen who thought her authority extended to the skies above his property. What followed was a battle of wits, technology, and sheer audacity that left the entire community buzzing literally and figuratively. Marcus had always been a tinkerer. After moving to Willow Creek, a gated community with manicured lawns and strict rules, he poured his savings into a secret project, a state-of-the-art underground bunker beneath his backyard. It wasn't about doomsday prepping, it was about peace. Soundproofed, self-sustaining, and invisible to the naked eye, the bunker was his escape from the world and from Karen, the HOA president who patrolled the neighborhood like a hawk. Karen, with her clipboard and her penchant for issuing fines over untrimmed hedges, had no idea Marcus's backyard held anything more than sod and a few rose bushes. Until she got her drone. Karen had recently been elected HOA president, her campaign fueled by promises of modernizing enforcement. She invested in a commercial-grade drone, claiming it would help spot violations like unapproved fences or peeling paint. But whispers in the neighborhood suggested her real motive: control. Residents grumbled about the drones whirring overhead, its camera glinting as it hovered over backyards. Marcus, who valued privacy above all, installed a signal jammer in his bunker to protect his sanctuary. He never imagined he'd need to use it. One sunny Saturday, Marcus was in his bunker tweaking his hydroponic garden when his security system pinged. A drone was circling his property, dipping low over his backyard. His cameras caught its lens zooming in on the ground as if searching for something. Marcus's jaw tightened. Karen. He activated the jammer, and within seconds, the drone wobbled, lost its signal, and landed awkwardly on his lawn. Curious, Marcus retrieved it, expecting a cheap toy. Instead, he found a high-end model with a camera and a memory card. He popped the card into his computer and saw footage of his neighbor's yard, pools, patios, even a couple sunbathing. His own backyard was the last clip, the drone lingering over the patch of grass hiding his bunker's entrance. A chill ran through him. Had Karen seen something? The next morning, a violation notice arrived in Marcus's mailbox. Unauthorized structure detected, it read, citing aerial evidence of a non-compliant installation in his backyard. The fine, $5,000, with a demand for immediate demolition. Marcus's blood boiled. Karen hadn't just invaded his privacy, she was threatening his sanctuary. But how had she known about the bunker? The entrance was camouflaged, undetectable from the ground. Unless the drone had picked up something his cameras missed. Marcus replayed the footage. There it was, a faint heat signature from the bunker's ventilation system, barely visible in infrared. Karen's drone wasn't just snooping, it was hunting. Marcus could have paid the fine or fought it in court, but he wasn't one to roll over. He decided to turn the tables. First, he dug into the HOA's rules. The covenants allowed inspections, but only with notice and only from public areas or with homeowner consent. Flying a drone over private property without permission? That wasn't in the rulebook. Then he researched drone laws. In Texas, where Willow Creek sat, using a drone to capture images of private property without consent was a violation of privacy laws. Even better, Karen's drone use for HOA enforcement qualified as commercial activity, requiring an FAA Part 107 license. Marcus doubted Karen had one. He needed proof. Enter Lila, a neighbor who'd become an unexpected ally. Lila, a retired Air Force technician, had her own grudge against Karen after receiving a fine for her unsightly vintage motorcycle. Over coffee, Marcus shared his plan. Lila's eyes lit up. "I've got a drone of my own," she said. "And I know how to fly it legally." Together, they devised a sting. Lila would fly her drone, registered and licensed, to capture Karen's drone in action. Marcus would use his jammer to ground it again, this time with witnesses. The showdown came the following weekend. Karen's drone took to the skies, its buzz echoing over Willow Creek. Lila launched hers, keeping it high and legal, recording from a distance. Marcus watched his monitors, heart pounding. The drone swooped over his yard, camera trained on the bunker's hidden entrance. He flipped the jammer switch. The drone sputtered and landed in his yard again. This time, a crowd of neighbors, tipped off by Lila, gathered at the edge of Marcus's property. They'd had enough of Karen spying. Marcus stepped outside. holding the drone aloft like a trophy. "This belong to anyone?" he called. Karen pushed through the crowd, her face red. "That's HOA property," she snapped. "You're tampering with evidence." Marcus smiled. "Evidence of what?" "Your illegal surveillance." He handed the drone to Lila, who downloaded its memory card in front of everyone. The footage showed Karen's drone flying over multiple backyards, capturing private moments. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Karen doubled down. "I'm enforcing the rules," she shouted. "Marcus is hiding an illegal structure." But the neighbors weren't buying it. Lila projected the footage onto a portable screen, showing Karen's drone lingering over their homes. One neighbor, a lawyer named Tom, stepped forward. "This violates Texas privacy laws," he said. "And without an FAA license, you're looking at federal fines." Karen's confidence wavered. Marcus seized the moment. "I'll prove there's no violation," he said. He led the crowd to his backyard and opened the bunker's entrance, revealing a sleek, modern space. "This is my private retreat," he said. "Built to code, fully permitted." He held up documents from the county, showing every approval. Karen's face fell. The bunker was legal. Her drone had no right to spy on it. The neighbors turned on her, demanding an emergency HOA meeting. Lila and Tom organized it, and within days, the board voted to remove Karen as president. The drone program was scrapped, and the HOA issued a public apology, promising stricter oversight. Marcus's bunker became a neighborhood legend, and he even invited a few trusted neighbors for a tour. Lila, now a hero, parked her motorcycle proudly in her driveway. Violation notice be damned. Karen moved away a month later, her reputation in tatters. Rumor had it she tried starting a new HOA in another town, but no one would elect her. Marcus, meanwhile, upgraded his bunker's security, adding a decoy heat signature to throw off any future snoopers. He and Lila became fast friends, bonding over their shared victory. Willow Creek felt freer, its skies quieter without the drone's hum. What would you do if someone invaded your privacy like that? Was Marcus right to fight back, or should he have handled it differently? Share your thoughts. Let's talk about where the line is drawn between community rules and personal freedom.